Welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here are the news today. The UN Resident Coordinator Office, together with relevant agencies, have worked out a flood response plan in Vietnam for 2020 that seeks to mobilize 40 million USD to support people who are most vulnerable and severely affected by floods in the central provinces of Vietnam. This plan is designed for 6 months. According to the United Nations Resident Coordinator Office in Vietnam, an estimated 1.5 million people have been affected by heavy rains, widespread floods, and landslides due to 5 consecutive storms hitting central Vietnam in the past month. As of the 28th of October, more than 200 people were killed or missing. Nearly 390,000 houses were flooded, and more than 300,000 families were evacuated. In addition to consultations from government agencies, the UN Resident Coordinator Office launched the 2020 Vietnam Flood Response Plan, which seeks to mobilize 40 million USD to support 177,000 people belong to the group that is the most vulnerable, affected by floods in the central provinces of Vietnam. The UN and humanitarian aid partners like the Red Cross are focused on addressing the needs of the most vulnerable. The government of Vietnam has called for international emergency assistance and relief and requested that all relief activities be directed to the most vulnerable, including women, female-headed households, children, people with disabilities, the elderly, the poor, and near poor. There are only a few months left until the Tân Sửu Lunar New Year of 2021. Consumer demand will increase, while the COVID-19 pandemic is still complicated. Ensuring the source of goods is an urgent issue. In order to not lack commodities, the Ministry of Industry and Trade is planning to balance the supply and demand of consumer goods for the last months of the year and in the Lunar New Year. The Ministry of Industry and Trade will coordinate with the departments and branches to regularly follow the supply, demand, and prices of essential consumer goods, thereby promptly proposing the executive solutions. Data of the General Department of the Market Control shows that early this year, the Market Management Force nationwide has detected and handled more than 65,000 cases of smuggling, counterfeiting, and commercial fraud. To deal with the increasingly complicated situation of counterfeit goods, the General Department of Market Surveillance said, from now until the Tân Sửu Lunar New Year, the Market Management Force continues to implement the anti-smuggling plan of the Steering Committee 389 Central and the Ministry of Industry and Trade, in coordination with functional forces and localities to strengthen inspection and control of markets, supermarkets, and convenience stores for price listing, especially necessities, strictly handle the use of epidemics to mix and circulate counterfeit goods of unknown origin. Democratic candidate Joe Biden made his first live speech after the media reported his victory in the thrilling and dramatic U.S. presidential election. Speaking in Wilmington, Delaware, Mr. Biden said, "The people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory. I am committed to being a president that seeks to not divide but unify." Mr. Biden promised to make America respected once more around the world. A series of major media announced Mr. Biden's victory in the swing states of Pennsylvania and Nevada. With 26 more electoral votes in these two states, Mr. Biden has won 290 electoral votes, exceeding the threshold of 270 votes needed to win the election. Immediately after this information was broadcast, Republican candidate Donald Trump also tweeted that the election was far from over and his team will begin prosecuting case in court on Monday. Immediately after Mr. Biden was confirmed by many major media to win the election, many Asian leaders simultaneously sent congratulations to the 46th President of the United States. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted to Joe Biden that, "Congratulations, Joe Biden, on your spectacular victory." In a tweet to Kamala Harris, Mr. Modi emphasized that the success of Mrs. Harris is an inspiration and pride to all Indian Americans since Kamala Harris has an Indian mother. Japanese Prime Minister Suga Yoshihide also tweeted congratulatory messages for Mr. Biden and Mrs. Harris. He wrote, "I look forward to working with you to further strengthen the Japan-US alliance and ensure peace, freedom, and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region and beyond." That is the end of the news today. Thank you for tuning in.